Hey guys, welcome back to Life Up Education TV. I'm your host Natsune. Today, I wanted to review some Japanese quotes around Japanese philosophy. And as always, I prepared like 5 different quotes that we can talk about today based on like Japanese way of living or like Japanese way of viewing at life. The first one goes, the nail that sticks up will be hammered down. It goes, 出る釘は打たれる in Japanese, and it goes, the nail that sticks up will hammer down. And I think this happens everywhere in the world. It's not necessarily only Japan. And my thing is like, being outlier is okay. You don't have to want to be outlier. I think this is a result of civilization. Like, we intentionally wanted people to have the same kind of, thinking, same kind of principles, same kind of ethics, like these things. So the system is working. But the problem is, not the problem necessarily, but the thing is, like, we do have some outliers who question about that, right? And my conclusion to that is, I don't think being different is any better than being the same. I think being the same has its own place, being different has its own place, and the bottom line is your ambition shouldn't, however, come from your individual need, but as long as your ambition is always aligned with what can you do for the others as well, like for the bigger picture, for the bigger society, then I think being outlier doesn't cause any problem, like troubles. Okay, the next one. Not knowing is Buddha. So 知らぬが仏. Not knowing is Buddha. This is very Japanese way of saying, like, we even have a saying to say, like, sometimes losing is winning, right? Like, it's the same concept. And I think of Western economists once made a comment about, I'd much rather be a cynical human being than being a happiest pig. So this was said by an economist, and I forgot which one. But I think, so these two sayings basically collide, right? Like, one side, this Japanese side is saying, like, I don't care about being smart, I just want to be happy. And then the other side say, I care more about being smart, viewed as a smart person than being a happy person. And there's no right or wrong answer. I think everybody wants different things. Everybody has different needs in their life. Me personally, I align with this more because I don't care about what people think of me. Like, that applies to my failure, but also that applies to my success. I feel like in the end of the day, it just builds my ego to say, like, whatever I achieve doesn't mean anything to anyone else but for myself, right? Like, what I mean to you is what kind of value I can provide for you, like what kind of feeling I can generate for you, and everything else is not necessarily mean anything as much as I wish, right? Like, my success, I want to expect you to respect me just because of my status, just because of what I've been through, what I've done. But the world doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You can't control how people see you. So that's what I think. And the next one, if you speak of tomorrow, the rats on the ceiling will laugh. 明日のことを話すと天井のネズミが笑う. If you speak of tomorrow, the rats in the ceiling will laugh. And yeah, this is very much true. Like, you can't take anything for granted. Like, you can't take tomorrow for granted. Like, you don't even know if tomorrow is gonna even exist. And I have a very low story that I can share. Actually, this happened to my friend. He lost his business partner, and it was just a usual, like, regular day, just every day. And he met with his business partner one day, and the next day he was gone. The business partner died. And he was notified about it like one day later, like one day after, in the afternoon. And the way he shared about the story with me, like, it was just really real and really raw story coming out of like someone who actually went through that. And it's possible, the thing is, it's possible, it happens, like. And we lose perspective on that. Like, we don't consciously appreciate or feel that we're alive, like mortality, like we're alive. But so we tend to forget how amazing that is that you can exist already, right? And we're always in the hunt of like, what else can I get? But in reality, like, whatever you think you have right now is not even guaranteed. Like, you don't know if you're gonna have them tomorrow. So that's what I would say. You just can't be too sure of it. Okay, the next one. 3 years sitting on a rock. 石の上にも三年. So basically this is to say, before at least continuing for 3 years, like, don't consider quitting, because you know, at least give it a try for 3 years. And for me, I feel like 3 years just feels short. Like, it could be even more. So often what I talk about to my people is basically say, like, look, like, tell me your dream now. Imagine that nothing good will happen for the next 5 years. Now tell me what your dream is, right? Because that's it. Like, when you're beginning, like, you can't expect anything good to happen, like, at least for like another 5 years. Like, even maybe like when you're in the 5 years in, maybe like some good things start happening. Maybe you're becoming more stable about whatever you're doing. But really, before than that, like, you can't. And I think that's the mindset. Like, you need to persevere. Like, you can't quit before your results shows up. You don't even know what it's like. So that's what I tell people. And that's what I think of myself as well. Okay, the next one. Knock on the stone bridge before crossing it. Knock on the stone bridge before crossing it. 石を叩いて渡る。石橋を叩いて渡る. So basically this is say, make sure that you're prepared before you start something. And for me, I go the other way. I go the other direction of this one. I usually tell people, like, just do it, because you're never gonna be ready. There's gonna be always reason not to do something. All you need right now in the very beginning phase is commitment. Like, you need to commit that you will be resourceful whatever the shit you have to experience. And that's how I encourage people. And I think it's quite true. Like, you just can't, if you keep waiting on that right time, I'm gonna tell you, like, to just, you know, save your time. That time will never come. So might as well just like start it and learn how to figure out and learn how to be resourceful. So that's what I talk to people. And that being said, this was the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.